Hello folks and welcome back to the Vertigo Tea Party and let's play Darksiders 2. Yes, Darksiders 2. Finally I'm back to Darksiders. Told you guys that I would finish it and I planned on doing that. I actually felt kind of bad. I kept putting it on the back burner after Guild Wars 2 was released. And then other new games come out that I kept ending up doing instead of Darksiders 2. And finally I decided, you know what? No other game gets played until I finish this game. Other than maybe WoW. So, here I am. Now, first of all, this is actually post-commentary again. In other words, I actually played earlier, and I'm watching my recording and commentating as I go. Obviously, those of you who have watched me for a while know I do not like post-commentary. Unfortunately, in this case, Audacity screwed me. I'll get more into that later, but yeah, I lost about an hour and 40 minutes worth of commentary, so I'm having to do this post. So right now I'm trying to figure out where I need to go. I'm going to go ahead and do the side quests here. I want to get this game beat. Not because I'm bored with it or I don't consider it good. I do think it's good. But I kind of just want to get it done and move on to other games. I just get that feeling. I can't really describe why. But again, I enjoy the game. I enjoy playing it. So at any rate, I do want to finish all the side quests. I might not do them all, but I'm going to try to do a lot of them. So right here, I'm just going back to my map. Right here, I'm trying to figure out how the hell to set my active quest, because it looks like they did a really bad PC port, and they have not bothered to fix it. So what's happening here is, basically, the only way to set something as an active quest is to click it, to look at it, back out a step, and then hit enter to highlight it. Just highlighting it and then hitting enter will not allow you to mark it. So it pains me. I like THQ. I'm very disappointed that they're in dire financial straits right now. But they did a very poor job of porting this game to PC. There's just console-itis / half-assed attempts at porting it written all over this game. But it is still fun. So right here, I'm trying to see if I can make it across to the little grabby ball, but I cannot. I think, actually right now, I'm just trying to figure out how the hell to get out of here. Remember the last thing that I did was beat boss? Was it the giant beetle, or was it something else? Anyway, I think it was one of the side quest boss. So anyway, right now I'm just trying to figure out how to get out of here. And I think right now I'm also trying to figure out how to fast travel again. Because I remember it's really wonky. You have to fast travel in this game, again, terrible port. You don't just click where you want to port and then do it. You have to move the map such that the point you want to fast travel to is right in the middle of the square there in the center of the screen, and then hit enter. And your quest log has to be closed. You can't port while your quest log's open. Makes no sense, but it is what it is. So right now I think I'm trying to find the side quests that I want to do. We have the 3 side quests to kill various kind of like mini mobs. I couldn't get it to show on the map for some reason. I don't remember why here. I'm a little confused. So I think I just decided, you know what, screw it. I'm going to try to get out of here. The aim sensitivity was really high. Though, to be honest, I think I might have bumped one of the buttons on my mice and increased the DPI. I will actually get to playing the game, I promise you. If you are ADD and slapping yourself in the head right now because you have a disorder, you might want to skip ahead, maybe 5 minutes in. Doesn't take me that long just to get out of here, but I think that's about how long before I really get back into it. And also, before I started recording, I did fiddle around with settings a bit to try to relearn how the combat works, because I honestly had forgotten completely how combat worked in this game. So I looked back at the combos, how to do air knockups, all that good stuff, so that I wouldn't go in completely blind. So yeah, still trying to find my way out. While I'm doing that, basically to describe the situation with Audacity in a nutshell, it didn't record Well, here's what happened. I was in the middle of a tough fight, and during the fight, I'm using the mouse and keyboard to control death. The mouse went outside the game for whatever reason, and it clicked on Audacity, so I stopped the game and went to Audacity, and I went to stop it and then save the recording. Well, it said if you've already saved, the save project is grayed out. And we'll come back to that in a minute. I'm just going to check out what he's got, Volgrim's got. See if there's anything I want to buy. I end up not buying anything. I am going to sell a bunch of gear that I'm not using here. Nothing too sexy. Looks like I've got plenty of money or guilt in this game, as it's called, because apparently you're a Catholic, and the more guilt you have, the better. Heyo! Anyway, so back to Audacity. So the save project was grayed out, like it was already saved. So I was like, okay. And as I was clicking on the X, I thought, you know what? I probably should do save project as and save it separately, just in case. But I thought of it too late, and I thought, well, that's probably not a thing. Because every other time, and it didn't ask me to save. So Audacity was like, I totally have saved this. You're cool, dude. Close the hell out of me. So I closed Audacity, reopened my project just to make sure, and sure enough, it was completely empty of data. Audacity was like, oh, data? I don't know where the data for this is. And I looked, there was no, it didn't bother to create a data folder. So, in about an hour and a half, you will be inundated with my nerd rage as I start the recording again and vent to everyone who will listen about the frustrations of knowing that I have to go back and redo the commentary, which I am doing now. Doing it nice and calmly. Unfortunately, yeah, like I say, I kind of do drag a little bit here in a bit. There's more combat in this play session. I was quite pleased with. One of my problems with this game up to this point, I remember, was that I like the combat system better than Darksiders 1. I think it felt more fleshed out instead of just, you know, spam, 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 which you can do that. But you get more out of the combat system, and you do better if you mix your combos up, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I enjoyed the combat system, but then it didn't seem like I was doing much combat at all. It was mostly solving puzzles, running from one place to another, jumping along walls, and I like those things, but I want to fight things. Like, in fact, at one point in this, I actually stopped just to fight things to get practice, and because I actually want to fight. But luckily, we get to a dungeon that does have a pretty significant amount of fighting in it, so that's a good thing. Man, I took forever in here. Holy hell, what am I doing? I think I'm still trying to figure out what he sells. And I thought about buying this legacy box. I mean, I had the money, but I really don't want to use those little special tokens because I don't know what else they could be used for. What usually happens in a case like that is like, well, you know, I might need that later for that super special Uber item that I can buy. And then I end up with the game, ending the game with a ton of them unspent because I was always waiting for that one item. So I will probably end up trying to just go ahead and spin that next time on maybe one of those legacy boxes and see what I get out of it and hope it's something decent. So here I'm again looking for the mini boss or the quest mob, so I can go finish him off. And also, and there it is. It's actually in the Nook. We're going to go to Barnes and Noble's, kids. We have to battle the evil E-Ink. Actually, E-Ink is pretty awesome. Alright, so I'm fast traveling over, which, by the way, I love having a fast travel system in this game. I don't think Darksiders 1 had it. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think it did. So, we've actually been in this dungeon before. I just wanted to get a good look at my sexy ass as I run inside. I did want to get in some combat here. As you see, I do a horrific job of dodging. But these guys are so weak that it's not really necessary. I am playing on Apocalyptic, which I believe is the hardest setting. So, and right now it doesn't really seem like it, but when I start really getting into some of the combat, you'll see that the difficulty does ramp up. The hit points, they go a little crazy with the hit points on the mobs that you have to fight. It gets a little tedious fighting them for that long. I would cut the hit points of some of these enemies that I fight by maybe 20%, 15%, not a whole lot, but it just drags on and on and on fighting them. So anyway, we're going to go in and try to find this guy. I still love the animations in this game for things like opening doors, opening boxes. All that is really, really well done. Graphically, I'm not crazy about it. I don't know. When you're playing various Horsemen of the Apocalypse, I would honestly rather have a more dirty, gritty feel. I mean, granted, you could have a cartoony graphic style and still be dark and gritty, but I don't really consider this to be that, I don't know, dark and dirty and gritty. So, it's not bad though. It doesn't make me dislike the game in any way, but I would have just preferred a different art style. So here I am looking around the map. Looks like I'm going to try to go in that direction to find the boss. Basically up down that little S-curve tunnel to the southeast there. So I'm verifying that yes, I am in fact in the right place. But it's not showing me on the map where he's at. Now when we see the boss of this place, those of you who have been watching this, and not played it yourself obviously, will probably recognize the mob, because I think we had seen it before, but we just ignored it. Because I thought it was just window dressing, or an enemy that we would fight later, which I guess technically turns out to be true. So awesome. And I think here's that room with like the mosquito things. No, it's a different room. I love the travel system in this game as far as running along walls, running along these platforms, grabbing the logs, jumping across them. It does make you feel like Death is very agile. It definitely conveys that feeling. So I think they did a good job on that. I'm also very glad you don't have to time those jumps, or they're not controlled by you. You just hit jump and you hit the right direction. It's just nice. And there I ran across trying to make it to that hole, and obviously that doesn't work. It's not the correct way. And here I'm just getting a look at what looks like the correct way to get in there, so I don't do that again. But yeah, also even smooth animations, even things like that where you alternate feet when you're jumping across. And here I'm trying to remember how to just drop down, because I'm trying to push down and jump, which obviously does not work. It just jumps to my doom. So jump across again. I get it here shortly, I swear. But yeah, I really don't like post-commentary. Normally it's just easier to do, and it takes out some of the fun of doing a blind LP. It actually takes a lot of the fun out of doing a blind LP. I'm still trying to figure it out here. Because I had thought it was... Because when you push down, you actually look down, kinda. Even though, actually right there, I was looking down at one point, but I could never get Death to look down again. He kept looking across, like he could make that jump, which he obviously, clearly cannot make. He's very stubborn, I guess. He really thinks, I'm going to make this jump. If my name isn't Death, oh hell, I missed it again. So finally here, I think I just give up, and I look, alright, what's the key binding? Yep. And we'll scroll down, and we will find that it's the letter E. And now I'm trying to push in a direction and hit E, but really all you need to do is let go of the controls and press E. Do not hit down in E, or you will push away from the wall a little bit. And this is the time I get it. Again, kind of a... I don't know if that really counts as a spoiler. This time I stop dying. But honestly, when you're not playing it, kind of just run out of things to say. Oh. Oh, well, that's interesting. Pretty sure I'm not supposed to be there. I'm gonna try to recover this. See if I can get over. Nope. That one little drop off was the difference. Okay, this time actually I think I make it. So I guess it wasn't much of a spoiler since I didn't actually make it. I surprised myself. Even. There I go. Good job. We'll figure that out. Way to make that 10 times more difficult than it actually was. Bravo. Alright. Sensitivity is still a little high. Because I'm trying to keep it sensitive without having the camera spaz out all over the place so that you guys aren't getting motion sickness watching me play games. That's the one thing with having a mouse. It definitely grants much greater control of the camera and your actions. But, especially for people watching, that jerkiness, that quickly moving around can probably be a little disconcerting. These little bastards. Hate those bugs. Death looking like a total badass running around with dual scythes. I don't even know how efficient of a weapon a scythe would be. It doesn't seem like it would be. Alright, so here's that elevator room where we had to bring the balls around and put them into the... basically put the balls in the cup to trigger... I think it was the elevators, or bring the elevators down. I forget what it did. So here, I remember doing that, so I'm going to try to move the ball, thinking, well, because there's a treasure chest over there to, I hate how the map moves, to the north there, so I'm trying to figure out how to get to it. So first, I just want to see if I can move this ball around. And this is a little confusing because it gives me the option, or it acts like it's giving me the option to move it, but yet when I hit E, which is the use key, nothing happens. So finally I'm just like, okay, well, this is now in place, there's no moving this thing. So that narrows down the possibilities of what is required to go get that chest. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the cord here, drop the elevator, and head on down. And like I say, we get a little bit more action-packed in a little while. Sorry it's dragging on at the beginning here. It didn't help that it's been so long since I've been in here. I don't remember where I'm going. Or I don't know how to get to this quest enemy. So yeah. But I promise the whole thing is not like this. Once we get to the first fight, we really pick the pace up. So now I'm wondering how to get out of here, but then I see we've got those nubs. I don't even know what those are supposed to be called. Yeah, I definitely like the smoothness in which he gets around on walls. That feels very natural. They did a very good job on making that fluid. So finally I decided, alright, screw this room. I don't want that treasure chest. And I'm going to check the map again to see if I can figure out where the hell this guy's at. I'll try popping up here. Detection on the grab is a little wonky sometimes. Grab the explosion balls. First one I'll see those I've seen in a while. Blow yellow shards in my face. Great. Book of the Dead page. Awesome. And we finish our first Book of the Dead chapter. We need to remember. I remember to sell that to Volgrim next time I see him. I'd forgotten I'd gotten it. Oh, get a little lag. Get a little laggy. Don't be shy. That doesn't make sense. So still, sorry, I keep checking. I'm bad about checking the map because my memory is so bad. So I end up checking it again and again. It's like, oh wait, what is this way? Am I going the right way? So let's head on down. See, like this stuff, like I really like, where you have to run along the walls and it grabs it, and you need to run around again.